Looking to buy the Core Wireless eSIM for your next international trip? Before you make that purchase, there are a few things you need to know. We'll walk you through the essential points to help you decide if it's the right option for you or if there might be a better alternative. Stick around until the end to hear our final thoughts. First thing, let's talk about the coverage. Core Wireless promises global coverage in over 190 countries, which sounds impressive, but it's always important to check which regions are fully supported. Some countries may not offer the best network speeds, which could be a deal breaker depending on your needs. Unlike major eSIM competitors like Airalo or Nomad, Core Wireless covers a similar range, but might offer slower speeds in certain areas. Next thing, pricing. Core Wireless has a fairly straightforward pricing structure with data plans based on the number of days you need. You can choose from a variety of data bundles that fit your travel plans. While this is a great perk, it may not be as flexible as some other options, like Airalo, which offers more granular data choices depending on your usage. Depending on where you're going, you could find cheaper rates elsewhere, so it's worth comparing. The third thing to keep in mind is ease of setup. Core Wireless offers an easy activation process via their app. However, some users have mentioned that the setup isn't always as smooth as advertised, and in some cases, they've faced connectivity issues right after activation. This isn't a common issue, but it's something to keep in mind. In comparison, services like Nomad tend to have a more consistent activation experience. The fourth thing to consider is their customer service. Core Wireless does offer 24/7 support, which is great when traveling abroad, but it's important to know that response times can sometimes be slower than what you might expect, especially during high traffic periods. If you're comparing this to the customer support from Airalo or Ubigi, you might find that those services are quicker in addressing concerns. Next, let's talk about data speeds. With Core Wireless, the speed can be a bit hit or miss, depending on the country you're in. In general, Core offers 4G LTE speeds, but in remote areas, you might be stuck with slower speeds. Other eSIM services like Airalo have more reliable speed coverage in a wider range of destinations. Next thing, flexibility. One of the things I like about Core Wireless is the ability to buy data packages as needed, but there's no option for adding data mid-package if you run out. This is something that some competitors, like Holafly, do offer, allowing you to top up with extra data, if necessary, without switching to a new plan. The seventh thing to know is about compatibility. Core Wireless is compatible with most unlocked devices that support eSIM technology. But before you commit, make sure your device is compatible. If you have a phone from 2020 or older, you might face some issues that won't be a problem with other services, like Nomad or Airalo, which support a wider range of devices. The eighth thing to keep in mind is the refund policy. While Core Wireless doesn't offer refunds once you've activated your eSIM, they do offer troubleshooting and support if you face any issues with your data plan. Other services like Airalo also have strict refund policies, but provide clearer information upfront regarding potential issues. Next, the Core Wireless eSIM works for a variety of travel situations, whether you're a business traveler or just going on vacation. But the customer experience could be better. The app interface is simple, but it doesn't offer as much customization in terms of tracking your data usage, which could be a downside for long-term travelers. Now let's talk about the payment options. Core Wireless allows payments through credit cards and PayPal, but doesn't yet support other options like Apple Pay or Google Pay. So if you prefer more modern payment methods, this could be an inconvenience. The 11th thing is the overall network quality. While Core Wireless generally provides good service in urban areas, some users have reported weak signals in rural or remote locations. If you're planning to visit off-the-beaten-path destinations, services like Airalo might offer better network reliability in those areas. The 12th thing to note is data security. Core Wireless does provide secure connections, but always remember to check their privacy policy to understand how your data is handled. Other eSIM providers like Nomad also focus heavily on privacy and security, which might give you peace of mind if that's a concern for you. So, is Core Wireless a good